We are all aware that being an entrepreneur is hard work, and we need to have a seriously strong work ethic to stay on top of everything that needs doing. So I thought I'd take this opportunity today to talk to you about that, as well as answer a question by Something Charming, who asked me, do you ever have inspiration ruts? And if so, can you recommend techniques to get out of them? We may not always get instant gratification for the work that we do, as it may take a while to sell a piece of jewelry sometimes, and a lot of work goes on behind the scenes that nobody's aware of or thanks you for. So it may feel rather lonesome at times, and one might feel the motivation to keep going diminish. YouTube, like my jewelry business, is a lot of work, and I love doing it and offering my support to you, the wonderful community of creative entrepreneurs. And guess what? Today is my 1-year YouTube anniversary, and I think I can safely say that I'm here to stay. So thanks to Steve for the suggestion. I have now set up my Patreon page. So if anyone would like to help support my channel and help me continue making valuable content for you guys, I have some special content just for you as a thank you for your support. You can find out more in the description if you are interested. Anyway, where were we at? Mindset. So this is so important, and I really want to talk to you guys about this because it's so often overlooked, as we push ourselves so hard to focus on working and making a success of our jewelry business that we often forget to stop and smell the roses. I'm going to admit that I have been guilty of this lately, and that's why I'm doing this really personal video on this topic, as I want to share my insights and COVID downtime inspired learnings with you in case you're feeling the same way. It is that horrible, miserable, gloomy time of year, especially here in the Northern Hemisphere. So today is one of those rare treats where we have some sunshine pouring into the house, and my mood is genuinely feeling lifted by that. So this leads me to talk to you guys about ways of keeping your spirits up, as it's really important. So I find that if I am just work orientated and I forget to actually stop and relax, then I really lose my motivation to keep going. Obviously, I'm super excited to be working on my jewelry full time, and I absolutely love that. But lately I've been feeling like when I wake up in the morning, I'm not as motivated to do my list of things that I always have, because there's always a list of things to do, am I right? Especially when you're an entrepreneur and you have to just keep on going. So yeah, I've been not feeling super inspired to do all of that. So I really noticed that I need to actually stop and take the time to recharge and relax rather than just go. Also, I wanted to talk about goals. We always set our goals and we have a big long list of them that we want to achieve in the whole year, which we've all done as it was just not long ago, the beginning of the year. So it's really important to set smaller goals to help you achieve those bigger goals as you go along the way, so that you don't feel overwhelmed by looking at the list or just chucking it in the bottom of a drawer and never looking at it again. But obviously those goals that you wrote down in the beginning of the year are something that was important to you and is hopefully still important to you, and something that you want to work on and have achieved by the end of the year. So breaking it down into achievable goals per month or per week, however you want to do it, is a really good way of reducing the overwhelm that we can feel when we look at this huge big list and we see a tiny little dent in it or no dent at all, depending on how ambitious those dreams and goals are. So the difference between dreams and goals is that dreams can be more lofty and ambitious and may not actually ever come to fruition, but they are a nice daydream or thought that we have about where we could potentially be, whereas a goal is something where we need to base that on action and actions that we take to achieve those goals and make them a reality. So dreams are more based in imagination and goals are based in reality. Another insight that I had is not working as long and hard as you know you can. Because we always know we've got that little bit extra we can give. We can work until 8 to 9, 10 p.m. if we want. And we know we can do it because we're working on our goal and we're working on our passion project, and it's something that we love, right? So obviously this is possible in a short-term basis, but remember that running a jewelry business and being an entrepreneur is a marathon, not a sprint. So we need to pace ourselves. So we need to not just push and give our all in one go, so that then we don't have enough to continue next month or the month after, and we burn out, and then we need to take a big proper rest. So while I was laying in bed feeling sorry for myself and feeling ill, I was laying there worrying about all the things that I should be doing, all the comments I should be replying to on Instagram, and I'm not engaging, and all of the jewelry that I need to be doing. I have a massive big order for a shop in Seattle of 64 pieces, and they wanted it for Valentine's Day, and I was laying there feeling so terribly stressed out. And obviously when you're in a stressed state, you can't recover and get better so that you can do those things that you're worrying so much about. So I sent a message to the lovely owner of the shop, and she was completely 100% understanding and totally just relieved the stress of the pressure of finishing that order in time. And what I just realized is that people are human and we put so much pressure on ourselves, but if we tell other people where we're at, they are so much more understanding and forgiving than we are on ourselves. And it's good to just be honest. If you have a deadline that you're just really struggling with, then just be honest with the person that it's for. Let that be a message to you if you need to hear that as well. Personally, it was really important for me to hear that, because I put so much pressure on myself to always do my best and always meet my deadlines and do all of that. But sometimes you just need to stop, and that's okay. Learning to stop and recharge is just as important as being busy and working. And when you understand that you need to value them equally, that's when you're winning at life. Because like I was saying, you need to really have the energy to continue for longer. So stopping and recharging is really important part of getting that inspiration to keep going. So to answer Something Charming's question, how do I get out of those creative ruts when I'm in them, is basically stopping and taking that time, like I am today, to paint a picture and just trust that when you're stopping, everything is still going to be fine, and that it's important to do that because then you get more excited to go and make the jewelry or to go and work on the other aspects of your business that require your attention. If you signed up to my newsletter, then you guys would have probably seen the newsletter about the accountability buddy, but I just thought I'd talk about it a bit here in case you aren't signed up. If you're not signed up, feel free to sign up if you want to. I'll put a link in the description. Anyway, the email was about how important and how helpful it can be to get an accountability buddy. So maybe this is someone who's also working in the same industry as you, or they could potentially also just be an entrepreneur doing something completely different. So I had a accountability buddy that we just kind of naturally became each other's accountability buddies when I was working on my previous job back in South Africa when I first finished uni, which was recycling secondhand clothes and turning them into something else. And she was actually doing jewelry. So we would meet up all the time, have tea, chat about everything. We would approach shops together. We would discuss the different aspects of moving our businesses forward. So we were basically working alongside each other, but on our completely different businesses, but together in a way. So it was really, really nice because we were at the same stage in the business as well. So that was really helpful for us. But if your accountability buddy is a step ahead of you or behind you, you can still help each other. And then when you're reflecting back and you're talking to someone, say they're not as far down the road as you, and you're supporting them, it'll help you realize how much you have actually learned and motivate you to show you that you are actually doing a great job. And yeah, obviously if the person's ahead of you in the road, then obviously they can help support you with getting to where they are. So that's an idea. The idea is not to guilt each other into, have you done this or haven't you done this? It's kind of just supporting each other mutually along the same path. So have a think about that. If that would help you, then yeah, I would personally recommend it, as then you don't feel as alone in the whole independent entrepreneur feeling. So it's time for the reveal of what I've been painting this whole time. So I decided to paint this picture of the road winding through the mountains with a big sun in the background with the word trust written above it. So the 3-tier trust is 1, trusting myself and knowing that I am capable. 2, trusting that what I am doing is for the greater good and is based on my goals and aspirations for this year. And 3, trusting that this whole process will pan out as planned. So maybe that is inspiring to you guys as well, but it is my little reminder that if I need to take a break, everything isn't going to fall apart, that the bigger picture is still there and everything is moving forward as planned. Anyway, that's a wrap for this week's video. So hopefully you found some value in this mindset edition, and I look forward to seeing you guys in next week's video on a whole new subject. So till then, wishing you guys a super fantastic week. Look after yourselves, take care, and see you soon.